Prairie Scraps Chalking on Facebook. So if you're on YouTube, go over there and find me. I'm also live on YouTube. It's just plain Prairie Scraps over there. I'm also on Instagram at Prairie Scraps Chalking on TikTok. So check it all out. Hey, Robin, good to see you. Anyway, I am going live today to share with you a project for a kitchen sign. I'm going to bring everybody down a little bit. Please ignore my hair. I'm waiting for it to dry. I don't know. I might need like a hair makeover. I don't know what to do. I've spent my whole life with very straight hair, and in my old age, I got curly hair. So I've been trying to figure my way through curly hair, and I do not want to straighten it. So, hey, Mary, glad to see you. If you are watching, make sure you say hey. That helps me out so much. It's not just about, checking out the video. I love it when people are able to comment and sprinkle the love and, do all those kinds of things. It gets me to the top, helps me out a lot. So if you're watching this and you see that red live button up there and up there, you are watching live. Even if you come in and watch the replay, go ahead and put in hashtag replays. So I had a live class last night. I just decided a couple days before to just go ahead and throw together a class. So much fun to have some ladies over to do some chalking and learn how to do a craft. I know, isn't this pretty? I got this at a craft store, Hobby Lobby. It was, I struggled because every time I go in, the unfinished wood crafts have never been on sale. This time I went in, it was on sale. So then I was like, oh no, I have no plans. I don't know what to make. And so anyway, of course, I got this because I thought it would make a great, beautiful kitchen sign. And because it's already pre-painted, it's got the wood beads on it, there's going to be very little. It's an easy peasy project that won't take you very much. So even if you buy something at the craft store, this is a very doable project to go ahead and do, because you don't have to do much to get it ready. So I'm going to start out actually, because this is wood, with our craft, with Chalk Couture paste, you do want to wax anything that's wood or porous, so it kind of gives it a seal on it. I love our surface wax. It is one of the best. I've used all kinds of wax. You could use Minwax. You could use whatever you have in your hardware store. I've used I got it over here, the Waverly wax. I use that too. I've even attempted and made lots of messes with the Waverly antique wax. I thought, oh, this is a great idea. Let's do this. And then made a big mess. But you want to use wax on any wood projects because this kind of seals up that surface so that when you put down your pastes or your paints on it, it doesn't kind of bleed. If you've ever had a project bleed, you'll look at it later and go, oh, that was bad. Also, if you use dark colors like black or red, it just is a little bit easier to get on and off of it if you make a boo-boo, because I'm always making boo-boos. I don't know about you guys, but... so anyway, I got the sign at the big craft store, and it was on sale. I think it was 40% off, making it not so bad. I can't buy their stuff full price. I love their stuff a lot of times, but yeah, so $15. I don't know what 40%, maybe 10. But I'm always thinking in my mind, because I do craft fairs, and I need to get my Etsy shop going. I'm not really good at that. But anyway, I always think, well, is there a margin for profit on this? I don't want to just do signs to do signs. I want to be able to turn around and either sell it or give it as a nice gift. And I'm always thinking profit margin on it. So that's probably where my business mind absolutely ends. So don't be too impressed by that. So anyway, it was just so fun to get together last night. It feels like a long time since we've really been able to get together. I am doing this. I'm using this brand new transfer that just came out February 8th in our brand new catalog. If you need a link to the catalog, let me know. But it is called Many Have Eaten. And it says, many have eaten here, few have died, which I think is pretty cute. I'm not sure I tend to be, what about you guys? Are you guys, like, when you put up decor, do you leave it forever and ever, amen? And then put the occasional holiday up, but then That's what I am. I leave it up and I look at my walls. I'm like, shh, I have had that up there for like 10 years. I'm a creature of habit. When I find something I like, I do think about it a long time. I don't put things on the wall very often. And then when I do, I fully commit for like 10 years. I'm trying to get out of that. So be watching. But anyway, I'm going to stick with this bottom one. Welcome to our kitchen. It has a cute little, whisk on there. You could actually change it out. Instead of saying our, it could say my, but this time around, I'm going to go ahead and, oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot my fuzzing cloth in the house because we were in the house for crafting. I'm out in the little Airstream. It's my little craft corner. And a 1953 Airstream clipper that belonged to my grandfather and then to my uncle. And so I love the fact that I can use it for something almost every day. I am out here crafting almost every day. It's like therapy to me. I decided this last year that it was important for me to make sure the things I was doing count. Like they're what I like to do, what I'm passionate about, and wow, what a change that makes for me. So here we are in our passion. All right, so I have this, and usually with a brand new, especially on a surface that is not chalk couture, with a brand new transfer, these are reusable transfers, they're sticky. You do want to fuzz them. So I'm going to do the old-fashioned fuzzing before we had a fuzzing cloth, and I'm going to use my t-shirt for this. And it's totally fine. You can use your t-shirt. You could use a towel if you wanted to. As you can see, I'm all decked out for wrestling. It is districts for wrestling, and my son just left on the van to go do it. He's been wrestling. We have a really small district. He's only been wrestling for 2 years in high school. He is a senior. He really wants to go to state. And our district, he's been wrestling 195. So I'm trying to decide. This is like the part you need to concentrate on. Putting it on, making sure it's, sorry, go the wrong way. Making sure it's centered. And I had this thought, like, I kind of wanted to do, like, either kind of make this plain Jane so it's easy to put anywhere. But that being said, I was thinking probably black or gray, one of those two. And I was thinking the whisk doing in a shimmer silver. But then there's these little flowers around it. So I was trying to decide, what do I do to tie in the flowers? What do I do? So I'm still thinking. I'm thinking out loud, right before your very eyes, I am thinking. And I promise, I know it's Saturday morning, nobody wants to think yet. Promise I'll try not to hurt myself. There is this little leaf, and I had thought about putting that on so it at least ties in the greens on these little flowers. And I maybe somewhere in another transfer have a couple of flowers that would match that. So I might be doing some mixing today. This is the great thing about it is you can use these transfers so many times. All right, let's see if we can get black to work today, right? Sometimes, because I use my black so much, sometimes it dries up and then I wet it and then, it's a balancing act. Anyway, I think I'm going to start with just this little guy right here, this little whisk. Isn't it the cutest? I'll turn around so you guys can see it when I work on it. Hopefully you can see it. All right, I'm going to use silver shimmer for this little guy down here. And then I'm going to peel and pull. And I think while I'm doing that, I'm also going to go ahead and do the little greens, which I really like the sage. I like to use that a lot. And then, oh, I'm spilling paste. Oh, rose gold. Wouldn't that be pretty? Rose gold. Beautiful. I'm excited about that. Okay. So I think I'm going to use rose gold, and maybe I'll just use this part rose gold because I kind of like the rose gold, and then black for the kitchen part. I don't know. Put your vote in. Let me know what you think. So anyway, here we are, shimmer silver. Let's see if I have any. Oop, don't fall. everything. It's a little bitty table in the camper, so it looked big before I started crafting on it, but now we are. So anyway, it was so much fun to gather, and funny, I have my own two girls, Beth and Lydia, were wanting to craft. They wanted to bring friends over, and I'm like, I think I'm kind of full. I had heard from like 5 ladies that were coming, so I'm like, I think I'm kind of full for space, full for project stuff. The great thing about our chalk paste, these are washable. It's washable. It is non-toxic, and because it is water-based, when it gets a little too thick, you can add in water. And last night, this was actually used quite a bit. I think it was kind of left a jar open, so it got kind of dried up on me. So I'm just going to add a little distilled water to it to get it a little more pliable, although I don't need very much. And then before I close it up, I think I'm going to go ahead and I like the idea of doing this little whisk and shimmer. The shimmer has a little glitter in it. You do have to kind of push it down into the, I'm going to use one of our tools. Got little specks of silver here. All right, here we go with the whisk. You want to push it down into the transfer a little more than you do the regular paste, and the reason for that is that you want to get that glitter through that silk transfer. It is a silk transfer. It's not a stencil, so there is fabric, silk, in this little, there we go, in this little transfer. So you're kind of going through fabric. You don't want your chalks to dry up on you. You want to just, some baby wipe, and I'm just going to keep reusing this little thing. I think this is going to be cute. All right, like I said, I was going to just put a little bit of water in there before I shut it up, because it is, like I said, a little bit on the dry side. I want that to kind of get cleaned up a little. All right, put my stuff aside here. All right, done with that, I think. Trying not to get all the little dry things. Okay, so I'll do the green since I know that for sure. This one, actually, because I use it a lot, might be a little bit dry, but I think it's good, actually. You do the little greens. This one's a little more picky. I don't want to go too bright on this. Like I said, I kind of want it to look farmhouse-y, so that's why I think I'm going to go with black on the letters. I hear a neighbor dog barking, and it sounds like our dog used to, we just lost our dog right before Christmas. It sounds exactly like it. So I instantly, isn't it like when your kids are always going, Mom, 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 and you go, what? And you realize, oh, it's not even my kid that just said that. Kind of feels the same way when I hear a dog that sounds like our dog used to sound like. I'm like, somebody take that dog inside. But it's not. This is our new rose gold. It is so pretty. It's got little gold in there. It is, of course, rose in color. I just love it. I think it's beautiful. This was a popular color last night. It was getting used by all the ladies. And okay, so anyway, I have my two daughters, plus we have another preteen staying with us that we're rusticating for. All right, I'm gonna pull this. And anyway, the 3 of them kept saying, we want to craft, and I said, I don't know if I have enough time. Oh shoot, I don't have my dryer, you guys. I had it sitting right next to my stuff. It's in the house. Oh boy, this might be a while. I might be chucking and tucking for a while. Anyway, isn't that the cutest? It's so pretty. Can you see that? So pretty. Beautiful. So delicate. I did it. These little things always make me very nervous. Okay, well, so far, so good. I don't know. Now the key is not to put my hand in it and wreck it, right? And I left my black. And my gray. Oh my goodness, you guys. Goodness. Yikes. How does one work without gray and black? I wonder. Huh. And a dryer. Oh my goodness. I'm like falling apart. It's bad. Maybe I'll use that silver shimmer for the gray part, and then rose gold. And then we're going to try very hard not to smear. Right? Not to smear. Oh, I'm batting 1,000, ladies. Batting 1,000. See, anybody could do this, because if I could do it, you could do it. I'm so easy peasy that you could screw it up pretty badly. And okay, so I'm going to start doing the silver. The silver. Wherever I put it. Okay. Oh, shoot. And then I put water on it because I was wanting to get it mixed up. I was wanting to get it a little more. Put that down there. Get rid of that. Somebody along the way told me to keep those little, like, things in the lid, and because it would seal it better, but I'm finding that it's just messy, and at some point, usually, I didn't do too bad on the water, so we're good. And I might just go ahead and put some on here, pull it across. If you put too much on, it's totally fine. You can come back and take it off. So I'm just going to put I'm using a small squeegee for this one. And I'm just going to pull it across. And if I need more, maybe I need more. And then I'm pulling any extra off too. But like I said, the shimmer, you want to make sure you get it down in there because it does have a little bit more bulk to it because of the texture of the glitter in there. I like to have glitter in things with the best of them. I'm telling you. Isn't it funny? You have like a total idea about how things are going to turn out, and even though it's all fixable, right? Ooh. No. Even though it's all fixable, that pulled up when I was starting to do the tea. It's just funny. Sometimes your craft projects don't always turn out how you want them to. So I'm sitting here obsessing about how this project is not turning out how I wanted. But I think we'll save it. It'll be fine. I think I have a little bit of like paste that's kind of thick on here, and that's my issue. It's like pulling the transfer as I pull across, so I might just put that in there. Save it for later, reconstitute it, put a little fresh stuff on here. Oh yeah, that's so much better. So that dog is still barking. It still makes me think, somebody take the dog in. I'm always used to, that's why I've been hesitant to get a new dog, because the kids were not great at taking the dog out on their own, or, taking care of the dog. It was always like, get that dog out, get the dog to shut up. I just don't like that. I don't like to constantly have to be telling everybody, help, get the dog. Quit letting her bark. I don't like that. I don't like dogs barking all day long. Some people apparently it doesn't bother because it's not bothering my neighbors. Apparently enough to do that. Okay. Now I'm going to use a mini squeegee really quickly, and because this has a better consistency. It's a brand new jar of rose gold. I'm just going to go ahead and use it on the whole thing really quickly here. The one thing with chalks, you do want to work fast, because if you don't work fast enough and it dries in that fabric, it does pull off with it. So if you ever pull up your transfer and find that it pulled up too much, just go ahead and lay it back down. You can redo it. So the K doesn't look too bad. My little rose flower. I actually think it's kind of cute. What do you think? Turned out pretty good, even with my silver being a little not so great. Okay, I'm putting that back on the backing. All you have to do is take that under warm water with a board eraser and clean it up. See how that looks? What do you think? Love to hear what you think. Welcome to our kitchen. I don't have any dryer, you guys. Oh my goodness. So anyway, all these three girls that we've got that are all kind of early teen, tween age, they really wanted to do it, and I was kind of like, I don't know, we'll have to see if I have enough room or if I have even enough supplies to do everything. And so when the first of all, like 20 minutes before we started, they were all sitting waiting at the table, holding their spot. Hey, Deborah. I had a live class last night, and my teenagers, I have 3 teenage girls, they really wanted to craft with us last night. I need this to dry. Woo, dry. So anyway, it was just kind of funny, and I'm like, what are you girls doing out here? We want to craft. So they were ready to craft way before I was ready. I'm like, can you guys carry me? Can you put these up? And they were just, every time I turned around, they would turn around and sit back down at the table. And I'm like, you girls, like, you're not being very helpful at all. So anyway, that's why I don't have a lot of stuff out here, because I forgot half the stuff inside because we had so much fun. I've got the table still spread out, trying to get ready to go for wrestling, state wrestling today. The boy was pretty nervous. So anyway, I'd started my story. This is just his 2nd year wrestling, so he's not very experienced compared to the other kids who are wrestling in high school age. He is a senior, so this is his final year. He really wants to go to state. In our district, only 3 kids from each weight can go to state. In our district, in his weight class, there are 4. And he is the least experienced and probably has the most losses. He has the great attitude. He's very coachable. The coaches absolutely love him. So, and of course, he's been up since 6, nervous. And he didn't leave until like 8:30 for weigh-ins. So anyway, he's just been a nervous wreck. By the time he got to his coach, that is still very wet. I'm really nervous about putting anything on that. Because that rose gold is very, very wet. I was thinking about maybe doing a little bit more sanding on this. What do you think? That one has turquoise on it. My dryer is inside from our thing last night. So then I was like, well, girls, you can only do this if I have enough stuff and if we have enough room, right? And so then once one lady did come, then they all 3 were sitting in there on the end of the table waiting for craft time. Ooh, I like that a lot better. Wasn't sure if I was gonna, I figured while I'm waiting for it to dry, I'll do some sanding here on the edges. I really hadn't thought about doing sanding on this particular board, but you know, it looks nice. I like it. Trying to get all the dust on the floor as opposed to on my table here, because I'm trying to. So anyway, the 3 of them did it with, they had a blast. At one point I looked over, they had no less than 10 jars of paste, all open, spread all between all 3 of them, but they had a blast. So I think it was fun. It was well worth it. I held my breath a lot while they worked on it, because, you know, it's great that they could do it, actually. I didn't have to do anything. They even helped me do some cleaning of the transfers at the end, so they earned their keep, and they each got to make a sign, and they made a little magnet. So that was fun. Check it out in Prairie Scraps Chalkin if you haven't seen what we did last night. We had some fun. I think the best part is getting together with people. Oops. I was a little hard on that one. You want to go. This is funny because it looks like it's like a big solid like piece of architecture, right? It looks real thick, but it's hollow in the back, so it's kind of a funny little thing. And of course, it's got kind of weird edges on it because it's a box as opposed to. I think the painting is just to make it disguise the fact that it's not. It's a faux piece of architecture. Okay, I'm going to stop there, get all the dust off my work area, see if we've got a dried space, because I want to use that leaf on the top to kind of, I was so worried about that rose gold, right? Isn't that pretty? I was worried about that rose gold being tied in from this little flower right here, but now it looks perfect, doesn't it? Now I'm going to tie in the green. I wouldn't have to if I didn't want to. It totally would have worked fine not to put any green on the top, but I did move it down so I could put the greens on the top. So hopefully we've dried enough now that I've wasted a little time. Sorry to waste. I hope you don't think this is wasting your time, because I really enjoy showing people how to craft, sharing my crafting with you. And like I said, commenting, that helps me a ton. All right, back to sage. Is this rose gold? Oh, that rose gold takes a little bit extra to dry. A little extra. I think what I'm going to actually do is, so this is the transfer that I'm using. I'm just going to use that green on the top, okay? And so I'm going to reposition it. That rose gold still is not dry, so I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to reposition the transfer so that only, and I need to fuzz this, so here we go. Hopefully I didn't get too much sawdust on that. I guess it won't hurt it. It's no different than, so I want to reposition it so that the words are not showing, but only that green. So that, I'm hoping, will lift it off of that rose gold welcome to our kitchen. Otherwise, we'll be starting all over. Can you see? I don't know if you can see how I went ahead and did just a little bit of the edges with the sand. It just makes it look a little more realistic. It is a wood piece. It just, and I maybe could have done it on the top too. So anyway, when my boys showed up today, very nervous, the coach suggested, well, you could wrestle in heavyweight. There's only one other kid and you'd be guaranteed a spot. Doesn't matter if you win or lose. And I don't mind that. I think it's maybe a good plan for him because, like I said, these other boys, that actually makes it so all the boys get to go to state in all the teams, heavyweight and the class he's in. The problem is that at state level, for him to wrestle at heavyweight, yikes. I'm a little nervous about that. I'm not going to lie. So you guys be praying. Whatever decision, my husband told him, whatever decision you come up with, that is your decision between you and your coach. Mama's, we didn't even tell him Mama's not happy. Mama's scared. So, and that's okay. That's okay. He needs to make the decision. He's almost a man. He's going to college. This is his thing. So it's okay. It's going to be okay, right? So we're just going to pray for safety. Even if he, and not huge disappointments. I want him to just go, have a good time, not be so nervous, but he is. I don't blame him. I'm going to check that leaf. It's kind of pulling up a little bit just because it's on the edge there. Okay. I think that's going to go good. If when you're doing your chalking, you see a little bit of darkness coming around the edges, usually that means it's drying really fast, so you kind of want to work fast. Ooh, don't you like that? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Does that look nice? I think it looks nice. I actually think it could have been like maybe one over here and one over there. Should I do that? Maybe I should do that. Oh, goodness. I'm making a mess. Yet, making a mess. I don't know. I kind of want it to be more centered. I think I'm going to do the ultimate no-no here. I am going to take it off. It's wet enough that I can take it off yet. And then I'll use, see, because I waxed it, it's coming off nicely. I'm just taking it off. I changed my mind. That's the great thing about chalk. It is washable. I could change my mind about things. And you can't even tell. Okay, so I took that off. It did look perfect. But I think I want to do something totally different. And this one is not sticking anyway. I'm going to set that aside so it doesn't become a mess. Okay, here we go again. I'm going to put this one here, and then I'm going to turn it around and do the other one. Okay, so if this is here, we want it to be here. I think I want to go in a little bit. Measuring it out, you know, a little eyeball method. I think it's too, like, boxy by having it there. Okay, I'm not pushing too, I don't want any, where'd we go with the, oh boy. Trying not to lift it because now I've pressed it. Oh shoot. It does have a little, hopefully, okay, it didn't press into it, so that's good. All right, we're gonna try to do this twice because I don't want to come back. It just is not cooperating very well against this edge of this thing. It's lifting. So I'm trying to be very careful. Put this out here. Not to make a mess and squeegee. Ooh, it's, oh shoot. Shoot. You guys, I'm going to try to lay it. One side of the leaves, the bottom side, the side I wasn't too worried about. Can I see it? Dang it. I think I'm just going to leave it. It was perfect, and then I started messing with it, so. Just checking the back side. I think it's going to be okay. So I'm putting this one on this side, trying to find, and of course, where's the, so I have about this much here, about this, so I need to go out a little bit. There we go. Sorry if you can't see this very well. I'm trying to get this laid down. I'm having to pretty much hold that down because it's just, that edge is just not helping us at all. And now I'm on the third use. You can use them a couple of times. You do want to be careful. Sometimes they don't color all the way, so then when you lift, you want to go kind of slowly. All right, I'm going to check. Oh, that one's a little more messy. But I like the idea. All right. Set that one aside. All right, so to show you, doesn't it look so much better? I think I've got a little bit like a whisper here from like setting it down. So I'm just gonna, while it's still wet, thankfully I did wax that, so I made it so what I was trying not to do was smear leaves. It's always good to like go towards the pasting instead of away, and I always rush it. I'm not very patient. It's always also usually pretty good to wait for it to dry, which I'm also not doing, right? All right, well, what do you think? What do you think? I'm just doing a little fixing here. The part I wasn't happy with, when I was trying to lay it back down on, was that. Now, the worst thing is I do think I have a couple of flowers that look very similar to that, but I don't think they're out here. I wonder, I just don't think I have them out here. Like I said, I brought everything in. I might have to come back and you'll have to watch for the picture on the website, because I'm probably going to have to go run and get some of my supplies, right? Sometimes it just happens. Hey.
Lunch is ready.
Okay. Hey.
Yeah.
Could you grab me the black binders that are in there?
Yep.
I'm just wondering if I have some flowers that I can use. Looking for some flowers. These flowers aren't bad. I've never used this one. That would look actually kind of nice in the middle, I think. That's an option. All right. Alrighty. Got the hubby getting it for us. It's very windy outside. The door is popping out, but So, all right. Set my green aside. Thank you.
Yeah.
See if I've got any more. This is Christmas. Ooh, goodness. This this actually is kind of the same shape. Do you see that? This on All You Need Is Love. We'll check in here. This one was the one I was thinking. This one has flowers that I've pieced together pretty good. That might be actually the right size without the greens. Let's see. Oh, I think it's a nice size to layer in there. I'm not really great at, I actually might just do like that. I'm not really good at, I always feel very uncomfortable doing flowers. Don't ask me why. Flowers kind of scare me. I think they're like, I don't know, they make me nervous. Let's just put it that way. All right. Into another, I'm using almost all the same squeegees we used last night for our little projects. We had, so altogether we had six people doing projects. Some of them did double-sided on our board. If you want to try one at home, I can even do parties, and we could do it online where everybody pre-orders their project, and then we get together all on Zoom and do our projects together. I think that would be really fun. So if you're wanting to do that, or we could just do an online party where everybody can order kind of a traditional one. That would be fun too. So if you're wanting more information on that, put party down below. Or if you're local, I'm in Idaho. So if you're local, kind of in the boonies. So if you live locally, I'd love to do something with you. Let me know. I'm planning on doing that more often. Okay, here we go. We'll see how my little flower went. I think it went good. I think it went good. I wasn't planning at all for this to be froofy, flowery. I was thinking farmhouse, not so flowery. But what do you think? I don't know. I don't think it turned out too bad. I'm kind of excited. What do you think about that? Let me know. Is it too much? I don't know. What compelled me were the little flowers that are by the whisk. I don't know. I don't know what to think. You guys, but I think it's kind of cute. I wouldn't have gone these colors at all. You know, sometimes we just make do. We make do. And it's so fun that you can use parts from different ones. This is a You Are Enough transfer that was a long time ago. So these are I've used that one so often. It's probably not even funny. But all right, well, thank you so much for chalking and talking with me. I'd love to hear what your feedback is. Let me know if I can help you in any way. If you have any questions, I'd love to answer. If you are on YouTube, I don't know, it seems to be very difficult to connect on YouTube, but please connect to me on FaceTime, Instagram, TikTok, any of those places. Message me. Let me know if I can help you in any way or if you have any kind of questions. Isn't that rose gold pretty? It's so beautiful. Anyway, I'm distracted by the rose gold. So, thank you so much for joining me. And I did get some sawdust on my end. You can see it. Once this dries, you don't even have to really worry about clear coating it. Unless you're like really scratching on it, it's not going to come off. So it's going to be pretty solid on there. Unless you're trying to take it off, that's when it does come off and wash off. So it's washable, but not washable once it's dried and set. So anyway, let me know if you have any kind of questions. Connect with me on FaceTime, Prairie Scraps Chalkin. Thank you so much for being here. And keep on chalking. We'll see you soon.